So in this series of Marichasanas, for Marichasana C, we get into the twisting Marichasanas. So the legs are the same as A and B, except we're doing something different with our torso and our arms. So now we're twisting. So going back to the leg position of A, where one knee is bent and one leg is straight. So I'm going to do the left side. And instead of folding forward like we did in A, we're going to twist. So to move into the twist, it's similar to what we talked about in Parsvakonasana B, where we really need to drop the tailbone around the spine. So it's going to create space through the front of the pelvis, through the front of the hip, to move into the twist and allow the rib cage to move in opposition, counter to the pelvis. But if you're too upright and you're kind of coming more into an arch position, there isn't a lot of space for that to happen. So drop the tailbone around the spine. So we kind of start off with like a slouching, lazy position. And you can even bring that left hand behind you to really lean back. And I also like to use the left hand behind me to help like relax the muscles. Draw the lower belly in, but relax those like outside ab muscles so that you can move into the twist. And now before moving into the twist, it's important to move into a lateral stretch. So moving the torso over to the side. So it's not about bringing the knee in so that the torso is on the outside to move into the twist. Keep the knee in line with the hip and move the torso over to the side into that lateral stretch. So already we're moving into the first steps of the twist. And I think this is often something that we skip. We think about twisting just moving into the twist like this. But in order to move into the full expression of this twist, we need the torso to be on the outside. So we come over to the side. So if you want, you can even kind of like lean into this, bring the hands to the side of the torso so you can really get comfortable here. All while dropping the tailbone, rounding the spine. And if you're leaned back like I am, you'll have to do an extra step here before moving to the twist, which is shifting the weight forward. Shifting forward. And when you shift forward, you're also preparing the arm and the shoulder to move into the bind. So from here, you're shifting forward and bringing the outside of the shoulder to the outside of the knee. Yeah, and then here also make sure that you haven't let this happen where the knee collapses inwards. The knee is gently pressing out and you're counteracting that knee pressing out with the arm pressing in. And that adds a little bit of stability to the posture too. And then once you're here, you're reaching forward, internally rotate the shoulder, the thumb faces down, bend the elbow. So now we're moving into the bind, and I'm keeping this left hand behind me to help me keep the weight forward and keep the spine straight. So I'm on my fingertips. And so with this hand, as we bend the elbow, I like to think about bringing the hand through the front of that ankle, lifting the hand so it lifts above the thigh. I'm gonna turn around at this point so you can see what's happening. And then this hand is coming towards the rib cage. So you lift the hand as much as you can. And then from here you need to shift forward enough so that when you pick up this hand, you don't fall back. So you really keep the weight forward. And if that means you need to lift that left sit bone, then go ahead and lift the left sit bone, and then that left hand comes around and takes the bind. And then once you have the bind, you can kind of like relax into this a little bit and keep pressing into that right foot and keep the right leg straight, the right foot flexed of that straight leg. And you're looking over the left shoulder to continue the twist through the spine all the way through the neck. And I actually like to keep this left sit bone lifted. A lot of times it's taught with the sit bone planted, and then you take the spine from the twist from there. But I like to keep the sit bone lifted because that allows me to really use this space to drop the tailbone and get this feeling of the tailbone dropping and this left sit bone moving forward. And that helps to ground and bring this aponic energy into the posture where you can really ground down. So if the sit bone is down, it's kind of locked in place. So if you lift that sit bone, it gives you the space to really drop the tailbone and move the sit bone forward. And then you counteract that by lifting the heart and moving the heart towards into the twist. So they're moving in opposite directions. I'm going to show you that one more time. It's really subtle, but it helps to move deeper into the twist. So you're here. Lift that left sit bone so the lower back lengthens. Drop the tailbone. Reach the sit bone forward towards the heel. Counteract that by lifting the heart and reaching the heart back. And you can think about those two actions happening with the breath. Inhale, drop the tailbone, and then automatically the heart lifts. Exhale, reach the heart back into the twist. All the while making sure this knee, I remembered because I was doing it, my knee was collapsing inwards. Keep the knee pressing out gently. And then the arm counteracts that, and that helps to also deepen into the twist. The left leg stays awake, the foot stays awake. That helps us add stability to the posture so that you don't collapse into the floor, keeping the heart lifted. So the more stability and grounding we have through our foundation, the more we can lift and expand through the heart, which is important in every single posture. So this is a super deep twist. What can we do instead if we can't make that bind? So you're here, you can work on all of those pieces we worked on to move into the posture, moving into the lateral stretch. And then you can just change what you do with the arms. You can either just hug the knee and then use that traction of hugging the knee, press the knee out to the side to move into the twist with the left fingertips on the floor to help keep the spine straight. But the same thing, drop the tailbone, lift the heart. If it's difficult for you to get that shifting forward sensation so that you're on the pelvis and you're not leaning back too much, if it's hard for you to move away from this leaning back, then again, elevate the hips. If it's too much to close the knee joint, just open the knee joint. It's okay. Eventually you have the foot, maybe not even eventually, but for the full expression, doesn't mean it's the only expression, it's just the deepest expression. You bring the foot closer, but if not, just keep it a little bit more open. Another option with the arms is to bring the elbow to the outside of the elbow, still keeping the hand on the floor for support, like a kickstand. And then if you're doing the full bind, but your hands aren't quite there, you can use a strap to make the arms a little bit longer. And one final point for that bind. Notice that in order to attempt the bind, just notice where the elbow needs to be. The elbow needs to pass the shin, because then it has the ability to go like this for the bind. If it's here, then you're going to put a lot of strain on the joints if the elbow hasn't passed the shins. And I've seen that a lot. People so desperate to get the bind that they put so much strain on the shoulder or on the wrist or on the elbow just to get the bind before we have the space to do that. So take it step by step, especially moving into it. That moving in process that I took you through at the beginning is so important to just make sure you're making use of all the space you possibly can in order to move into the twist, so that you're not putting strain on joints, and you're remembering that the purpose of this posture is to twist. It's not really to bind. The bind is sort of just like the final thing to like put a bow on it, but it's not that necessary. You know, as long as you're moving with the deeper foundations and the deeper internal form of twisting mindfully from the ground up, then that's what's important. And then that's what's going to give you all the benefits for Marichasana C and of twisting.